Well, I got a little Harbor Freight tube and notcher, and I want to talk about a couple little fixes before I can actually use it. Of course, this is cheap stuff, and you know, it's not going to be the best of quality, but it's what I need for right now. I have 1 5/8 tubing, and I only have an 1.5 hole saw because they don't make an 1 5/8 hole saw that I can find. So I just opened the mouth of the actual cut a little bit to fit my pipe well, but these Harbor Freight are really off center. As you can see, there's a lot of pipe sticking out past the cutter on this end, and this one is just dead even. So I'm just going to run some spacers between here with some washers, and then replace this really soft metal with some grade 8 bolts to make that a lot sturdier. And I noticed there was a lot of talk about the little adapter stripping out, and I'm going to show you a quick fix for that and how to get around that being a problem. All right, so I changed out the hardware to make the spacing even on this, and you can kind of see that is so much better centered. I bought some grade 8 hardware and the hardened thick washers, and I tried them as a spacer first, but they were too much. So I just used the original washers that were under the cap screws, the bolts, and used those as a spacer, and it worked out great. And we'll get on to the other modifications. All right, I hope I can do this part of the video one-handed. So the Harbor Freight comes with, of course, this adapter for most of your common hole saw sizes, going from 1/2 inch to 5/8 on the hole saw side. They have this washer on there to go back behind this adapter, but there's not really much need for it, and it would actually have the thread engagement. Let's see if I can show you. It's going to be hard to do, but when this is screwed on, the shaft, the arbor almost comes all the way to the end of this thread. I think the big concern is this thread here where it goes into your hole saw, and of course, hole saws are very shallow on the thread. So with this little relief in there, that causes a problem where the thread engagement is very minimal. Came up with an idea to use a flat washer. You could probably find one that's closer to the OD than this one. I'm going to cut this one and grind it down till it's just even with the outside diameter of the hole saw. And then when I screw this in, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and do a small tack weld on the adapter right here to the washer, and from the washer onto the side of the hole saw. That will be very easy to take apart, and it'll keep the stress off the thread that's going into the actual hole saw from the adapter. Just like say, tacking it here and tacking the washer to that, and that will relieve the stress off that inner thread. All right, I just got done with the modifications. I just made a quick little goofy cuts on this washer that I was talking about earlier, and did a weld right there to the adapter, and then just a spot weld on each side of the hole saw itself. This will stay welded to the adapter, so I don't ever need to take that off, but it'll just take a grinder and knock off that little tack weld to change out the actual hole saw. So I think that'll keep it from ever stripping out, and just each hole saw I have just put a little tack weld on it. That'll keep the stress off those threads. I'll let y'all know if it is a fail. Well, the modification on the tube and notcher went well, and I was able to try out for the first time on this particular tube and notcher 45-degree cut, which I heard a lot of people saying that they weren't able to get a 45-degree cut with their cutter. They were only like 35 degrees. And I can only imagine that was for the reason of an adjustment that they needed to do on the tube and notcher itself. And I'll show you that real quick. On the 45-degree cut, I can only guess why some people weren't able to accomplish that is they didn't adjust the height of the arbor. When you're doing a 45, you're gonna have to raise it all the way to the top, and it will have enough pass to go through. Even that I'm using a shallow hole saw, I was able to get a full 45-degree cut. Thanks for watching my video. I hope this helped out with some of y'all that have bought this particular cutter and doing some simple modifications with about $10 worth of hardware and just a few minutes of time to make it work well for you.